I think all too often we forget the nature of God. I love to stop by a church in my neighborhood, to just spend a few minutes in prayer. And this morning it was raining. I stopped by, but all the doors to the church were locked. So I went around to the side of the church, and on one side there's a small statue of Padre Pio. I stood by the statue, getting wet, and thought about the life of Padre Pio and how his life reflected the nature of God. For about 50 years, 5 decades of Padre Pio's life, he would hear confessions for anywhere between 8 and 19 hours a day. One year, 1962, they tracked the confessions that he heard, and he heard over 100,000 confessions, about 300 per day on average. Why did people flock to say confession to Padre Pio? Well, many people would say that in the middle of their confession, Padre Pio would ask them a question, or he'd dig. He'd say, "There's more there. There's something you're not telling me. Tell me the rest of that story, or tell me the thing that you're right now a little bit afraid to share." Sometimes Pio would even say, "Come back when you're ready to give a real confession." And people would leave, and then they would come back and give a real confession. Sometimes I think we forget the true nature of God. God is love, but God is also truth. God is love, but God is also truth. God loves us where we are, but he doesn't want us to stay there. He tells us where we're not measuring up, and then he helps us to do just that.